Hello there and welcome back to Villarreal Soccer Chats. I'm Lucy, I'm here with my colleague Thomas again and our three super interns, Madeline, Marika and Kate. So we're going to be bringing you all the latest from this past weekend and our upcoming matches. This is a huge week for us at Villarreal. We have two very big matches coming up, one in the Europa League and then Barcelona next Sunday. So we're preparing for that at the moment. The players are training hard, they were training this morning. Oh, also keep an eye out because we got a new team bus, so there'll be pictures of that coming up soon, and it's a really nice bus. I'd definitely like to travel on that. I don't know about you guys.
Of course.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that. So the players went to see their new bus today, but obviously the two matches this week are away, and so they'll be going on planes, so that won't be used for a while. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the match this weekend, which was a huge win for us. Getting 3 points against a side like Real Betis, who are in form. Well, they've been a little bit inconsistent this season, haven't they, Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, they beat Barcelona, which everyone kind of goes, oh wow, but then you actually looked at the table, they're not doing that well. Before the weekend they were in 11th, they went down to 14th.
Yeah.
They're very inconsistent. On their day they're very good, but they can also have an off day as well.
Yeah, they're a tough team. So I'll let you know the situation. So we sit in the press area during the match, and Madeline and Kate, you were with us there. And Marika, you were watching it from the stands,
exactly,
with a load of friends. Yeah. But we all were there at the stadium watching the game. And in the first half, we were saying it could go either way. It was a very even game, wasn't it?
Everybody was really worried. Very tactical.
Yeah,
a lot of discipline with both teams, but not the big chances.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. It was definitely like that, and no team wanted to open up too much to let the other team in.
Exactly.
Maybe Betis was a bit better, but in the second half we just took the ball, and it was our half.
Yeah, we did so well, especially at the start. So there was 2 goals in quick succession. In the 51st minute, Gerard Moreno scored, which was it was after another corner. So he scored from a corner with his head. Mm-hmm. Which was great, but there was a corner right before that where we almost scored again.
Yeah, it was Victor Ruiz, wasn't it? We thought it was in, didn't we?
Yeah, we thought that was great. So we'd already half celebrated, and then, but then finally when Moreno scored, we were just so happy. But of course, 1-0 up, you can't be sure that you're going to win the game, and so to get a quick goal after that by Samuel Chukwueze was
rising star.
The rising star. I mean, that was the icing on the cake. So 2-0 up, we felt a bit more comfortable, and we played pretty well after that, right until the last minute. Was it the 90th?
Yeah, it was the 90th minute.
Yeah, and then they scored.
Yeah,
so
it was a great goal from the Chelsea though.
It was a great goal, and I think if there'd been 10 more minutes, it would have been very nerve-wracking. But luckily, the referee blew the final whistle very soon after that, so we could all breathe again. But yeah, like I said, it was amazing to get 3 points from that match. We were all so happy,
especially at home.
Yeah,
we didn't win anything recently.
Yeah, we needed a win at home. That's definitely helped our morale. Mm-hmm. So, girls, tell us about your experience. Madeline and Kate, you watched it from the press area. Tell us about that.
Well, it was an amazing view. We were sitting almost at the half field line, and it was great to have the bird's eye view. You could really see the formations a lot more, and but you're close enough to still see every player, and I really enjoyed it.
Definitely, that's why we love sitting there,
don't
we,
we,
Thomas? It's funny that you should say bird's eye view because there were a lot of birds. When you said that, you reminded me. For some reason, at the moment, we have a lot of birds in the stadium. So we need to sort that out. Yeah, they kind of live there.
Kind of problem,
They like watching the match, so they were lucky.
They're fans as well.
Yeah, they were lucky at least on the weekend, so we hope they come back.
But it was really funny to look at all the reaction of the second and first trainers of Betis. I don't know, when they almost scored a goal, and you could see everything and all from the press media level. So it was really it has been such a good experience to me because it has been my first time. I don't know what about Madeline, but it was my first match, so kind of different experience.
Yeah, first time for both you guys in the press area, so that was really cool. And like you said, you get to see a lot more behind the scenes from them.
Some funny reactions. Yeah.
And Marika, tell us about the game from the stands. How was the atmosphere in the crowd?
I saw some matches from Villarreal already, but I think this one was one where the fans were more involved in the game. They cheered more or complained more if they didn't agree with the referees or something.
Oh gosh, there was a lot of whistling, wasn't there?
Yes. But it was a really great game, so really great to watch. And I mean, there also were some away fans from Betis, which I was kind of surprised to see. But it was great. We sat near the goal where we saw Betis score, but
you're a bit further away from the other goal.
Exactly But it was really amazing. So and the light show. That made like kind of a new atmosphere. It was it was very good.
Gave it an extra edge at the beginning to get everyone excited.
Exactly.
Definitely. Even our team's mascot, Groguet, got involved into the game. You can see the video on YouTube and on Instagram. When he was dancing to all the reggaeton rhythms. So check it out.
Check that out. Check the light show out. That's all online. It was a very different game. It kind of opened the spectacle really well. So obviously there were 3 stars to the match. Well, one less people don't really recognise that he was a star of the game. Obviously the 2 goal scorers, Gerard Moreno and Samu Chukwueze. But without our goalkeeper Sergio Asenjo, it might be a different story right now. We might have only had 1 point or none. So he really saved us during the match. So we're going to talk a little bit about each of these players and give you a bit of background information on them. So Madeline's going to start by telling us more info about Gerard Moreno because his story's been really interesting. So go ahead, Madeline.
Definitely. As you guys just heard, Gerard got us on the scoreboard this past weekend. And so we're really excited to have him back in Villarreal. He's 26 years old and he's Spanish native, so from the Catalonia community. He originally joined the Yellow family, though, only at the young age of 17 back in the 2010-2011 season for the U19A team. And he really had an unbelievable first season with the Submarine because he scored a total of 30 goals in just one season.
Yeah, that's when he was playing for the under-19s. And that's where I think everyone at the club really noticed, wow, this guy's going to be a star for us. So
Most definitely. So then in 2012, fast forward, he got moved up to the first team. And that he played a really big part in getting us back up to the first division. After that, he went and spent some time in Mallorca and then RCD Espanyol, where he spent 3 seasons. But luckily, for this season, he returned to Villarreal with a 5-year contract. So everyone was super, super excited to have him back.
Yeah, we're so happy to have Gerard back. He's a prolific goal scorer. You can get a goal every other game out of him or more if he's on form. So we're really happy about that.
Yeah, so he's had 3 La Liga goals this season and 2 Europa League goals. And every La Liga game, he's been a part of the starting 11, so he's been a really important player for us already in this short season.
Yeah, Gerard's a huge player for us, and for him to come up big and score goals like that, to put us up 1-0 up in games, and like he has done, won us games as well. We really need him to do that.
And I think he needed that as well, because he's not been scoring as much. He's been playing well, but the goals just haven't been going in. And just to get a good goal, a crucial goal at such an important time for him, will really give him confidence.
Yeah, he's actually been very unlucky this season. He's hit the post. You name it, Gerard's hit it. But he should have hit the goal more, to be honest. But obviously that's a lot of pressure on him, So he, like you said, he needed that for his confidence. And we're really glad that he's back on form, and so hopefully it may continue now.
Yeah, the momentum is going now.
So with the 2 big games coming up, we really need him in this form. So Gerard, please score.
Keeping fingers crossed for you.
Against Rangers and Barcelona, please score. Gerard was great in the match against Betis, but also Samu Chukwueze. Marika, tell us about his impact.
Yeah, he scored a goal 2 minutes after Gerard Moreno made the lead, so it was just the perfect timing to really calm the nerves of everyone in the team and from the fans, and just to make this day so special. Also, he had other chances where he could have scored.
That's true, in the first half, he was sent through on goal. I think it was Trigueros passed the ball through.
Yeah, it's a lovely flick from Trigueros.
And Samu's first touch was great, but then he didn't have time to, if you watch the replay, he didn't have time to actually look up at the goal.
Yeah.
So he didn't know where he was shooting. And I mean, it was a good strike, but it was straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But then in the second half, he did the job. So
he scored, and so there was the 2-0, and this was amazing. So the atmosphere in the stadium also at this point of the match, it was just great.
Yeah, that was the best moment of the match, I think, just after his goal. And so Samu, go on.
Yeah, he's only 19 years old, which is even more amazing if you think about that. He's from Nigeria. He was born in the south of the country, and he joined Villarreal in 2017 with the juvenile A team. But already in 2018, he joined the Villarreal B team, so the seniors. And he's a right winger, playing incredible games, and he had his senior debut in April 2018, so not so long ago, nearly half a year ago. And only a month later, he scored his first goal. But also already in September, he had his first game for the A team, for the La Liga team in the Europa League. His first game was an international one, which is pretty amazing. And so this season he already played 3 La Liga matches, in which he scored 2 goals, and 3 Europa League matches, and played 1 Copa del Rey match where he also scored. So for being so young and only starting so recently in the first team, he has some pretty spectacular statistics.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I think we could talk about his statistics all day, to be honest, because his rise to the first team has been meteoric. Like Marika said, he was just in the under-19s very recently, and he's gone through our C team, B team, and now he's in our first team, scoring goals, becoming one of the key players. It's really, really impressive, and we're so proud of him.
It's been an amazing 2-3 weeks, because he scored his first La Liga goal just before the international break, and he got his first cap for Nigeria, and then came back and scored again.
So after the match, obviously Samu was in high demand with the media, and I actually accompanied him to the mix zone where they do the radio and television interviews after the match. And so Samu's Spanish is not great at the moment. He's getting better, but obviously he did the interviews in English. But they just kept asking him the same questions. How do you feel about this such quick rise to the first team, and how do you get on with your teammates, and how do you feel about playing for Nigeria? And he just kept saying the same thing. I'm so happy. I can't believe it. So I think he's so young, like we've said.
But as for being so young, I think he's really self-confident, and that's what helps him to improve day by day.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that he believes in himself.
Yeah,
he's confident. But he's also very modest. I really like that. One of the journalists asked him, what do you need to do to show, what was it, the question now? It was something like, what makes you better than your teammates, or why is Javi choosing you above your teammates? And he was like, I don't know, but I just need to keep working hard to show the manager. I just do what I can do. He didn't big himself up in any way. He was very modest, and I really like that about him.
That's
very cool.
Yeah, if he keeps working hard, who knows? This could be the first of thousands of podcasts about Samu Chukwueze.
Exactly.
We're really happy to have watched him obviously play so well against Betis, but we're really excited and optimistic about the season for him. So thanks Marika for telling us about his history, but I'm sure we'll do more and more podcasts about Samu for sure. And then the other third hero of the match, well, not to forget mentioning Santi Cazorla as well.
Santi got 2 assists, didn't he? So that he got both goals, a corner and the pass for Chukwueze, and that took him to 30 assists, which is the most in Villarreal history now. Yeah,
so we haven't mentioned him, but we should have. But I think it's sometimes that you expect these things from Santi, we overlook it because we're like, but that's what we want from Santi, that's what we need. But we must mention that, he set up both of these goals. He's a fantastic player. His vision is unbelievable, and without players like that on the pitch, you don't score goals.
And make sure you vote for him for the best player of Matchday 13. He's in the running on the La Liga website, so we want him to win. Yeah,
get on Twitter, go on La Liga, and vote Santi.
So we cannot, when it comes to the match with Betis, we cannot forget about Sergio Asenjo, because he's our hero. We can say so. He's made some really good assists. First of all, we were really surprised when we could see it from the media level, from the media press level, when he saved the goal from American centre back Mandis. It was his first intervention actually. And I can remember the moment when the crowd was supporting him, saying and shouting Asenjo for the national team.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to the national team, so this player, I can also say that this player is very lucky when it comes to his injuries, because he has had many of them. Yeah. I think that almost in every team he played, he had this, he was that unlucky to catch a kind of injury. It was mainly it was mainly the injury of cruciate ligament.
Yeah.
And
how many injuries has he had now? Is it 2 on each knee? I think
in total there are 8. 8
surgeries.
Wow. 8, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's had but the cruciate ligament, I think it was 3 on one knee
4.
and 1 on the other.
Yeah. First right and left knee. Yeah.
We must say, Asenjo saved the day on the weekend for us. But to even be out there playing is an achievement,
Completely. And on this level,
he's very young actually. So all these injuries, I don't know where they come from. So he's not even 30.
I know. He's had so many injuries. I mean, as a player, I actually had one of the injuries that Sergio did, and to come back from that once for me was so difficult. To come back from it 4 times, but also, as we said, he had other surgeries as well. It's unbelievable. So the fact that the crowd is still shouting for him to be the national team, is so impressive.
He really deserves to be there, actually. But I'm not surprised that trainers don't want to take him because of his too many injuries. We can say so. So I think it's the main reason why they don't want to take them year by year to the national team. And he has gone through all the different teams. He actually started with Valladolid. But then he went to Atletico. By the way, when he got his injury, you can see it on Twitter. There were so many reactions from his ex-players, from his ex-colleagues from Atletico de Madrid. Everybody was supporting him, even in his worst moments. But what Asenjo said is also really important. He's always saying that it's very important not to give up. Doesn't matter how many injuries you have to keep on going, and you have to fight for what you want, because he has played football basically from the very young age, and he has fought for it for such a long time. So I think he deserves to be in the national team for sure.
Yeah, he's a true example of that. What you were saying, that
kind of fighter.
Yeah, to overcome this adversity in his life. He's a really great example of that. But we hope that's the end of the injuries for him.
Yeah.
Sergio was a hero of the match on the weekend for sure, along with Samu and Gerard. And if you want to find out more about these players, we do have articles on Medium. So Madeline's written a great piece about Gerard Moreno, so that's up on our Medium page, and you should check that out. And Sergio Asenjo, well, that article's been up there for a while now. But his story hasn't changed much. Like we said, he's a constant example of that, overcoming adversity.
And also all the highlights on La Liga channels, you can take a look at them and just remind yourself about the perfect goals they scored.
Yeah, brilliant.
Obviously, to go full Javi Calleja at the end of the match, be like, Batista's now behind us and Rangers is next up, because that is what they say every time, and that's what we do as well.
That's what Javi always says. Yeah, you've got to focus on the next match. I know Javi was really happy with the victory actually. He said he wanted to dedicate this win to all the fans, because after the international break, to come back and start with a win was a really good start for us after the international break, like I said. So going forward, we're really optimistic now that we can get good results in these next few games. So like Thomas said, we've got to focus on Rangers now. And we're going to do a little preview of the match now. So just so you know, we're actually top of Group G at the moment. There's 2 games left. So we have games against Rangers and Moscow. Obviously this week we're travelling to Scotland, so that's all our eyes are on that at the moment.
Yes.
Sights set on Scotland. Very cold Scotland.
It'd be a shock for the players.
Yeah.
I think so. They're not used to. Yeah.
I'm cold here, so I don't know what they're going to be like there.
I'm cold just thinking about Scotland. So it's going to be a definite change in temperature for them. They're going to have to get used to that. But these players, a player like Samu Chukwueze, he's coming from Nigeria. They've got to get used to that. Yes. That's part of being a professional footballer. especially when you're playing European football. And I have no doubt that they're going to adjust to that as soon as they get there. That's the reason they do travel the day before as well. They'll train in the stadium the day before. By the time the game comes, they'll be ready. They might be cold, but they'll be ready. So yeah, go ahead.
I say it's quite a tight group though that we're going into. Although we're top, we're 6 with 6 points, but Spartak and Rangers both have 5, and Rapid Vienna have 4.
It is a very tight group.
It's still everything is open, so
we haven't lost a match, but we've drew a lot of matches, and you don't get many points for draw. So we are top, so we know that everything's in our hands now. But we do need to beat Rangers and Moscow, which is not an easy ask. These types of games are very difficult. European nights can go either way. We know that. We've been in this competition long enough to know that.
Yeah.
And so playing against Rangers, Steven Gerrard, the manager there, is doing such a great job with that club. They're having a great season. And
also their fans, they will chant like,
We did experience that firsthand.
Exactly. Already in Villarreal, they were so loud. They made such a good atmosphere. Like, they're so happy to be back in European football that I think in Glasgow this will be also a challenge.
Yeah.
Because it's
the Rangers fans are something else, aren't they? They're very passionate. I was actually speaking to a Rangers fan a few days ago, and he was just saying that everyone's so happy with the position the club is in right now. So you think the Ibrox Stadium where we're playing on Thursday, imagine the atmosphere there, how cold it's going to be. For our players to go there and get 3 points, it's going to be a very difficult thing to do, but we fully believe in them. We know that they can do it, and like I said, we're very optimistic about that.
Of course, now going into this match with a win on your hand, like from the weekend, so
the ball is rolling.
Definitely good momentum. So we're really excited about that match. Make sure you tune in and watch. It's 9 o'clock, Central European time.
So it's 8 o'clock in the UK.
Yeah, 8 o'clock in the UK. So make sure you watch that game. Like I said, we're really excited about it here. We can't wait for it. And then after that, hopefully when we come away with the 3 points, we have another big game. So this week for Javi Calleja as manager, he's got a difficult week to plan.
It doesn't stop. I mean, so you go to Rangers, arguably the toughest away. Obviously going to Moscow isn't easy, but going to Rangers would be hard with the atmosphere. Then you could go on the back of that to Barcelona away.
Yeah, to the Camp Nou.
Nice easy game, basically.
Very, very difficult place to play. The past few seasons we haven't picked up great results there, so we're hoping that can change this year. But as Marika said, we've got good momentum now, so we're really hoping to carry that forward. So go ahead.
I mean, they lost to Real Betis at home, and we beat Real Betis, so there we go.
Yeah,
that's true.
Exactly. That's all you have to think about.
Technically, if football works like that,
if you do the math,
we should win. So please join us again next time. Like I said, you've got loads to check out from this podcast. Our articles on Medium. Remember, go and vote for Santi on the La Liga Twitter page. Because his assists, like we said, without him, who knows what would have happened against Betis.
Yes.
And so tune in next time on Villarreal Soccer Chats. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.